Hi, this is Andy with wristadvisor.com, and today we have a very special hands-on review. We're going to be looking at the new Tag Heuer Carrera automatic chronograph. This was released in 2020, and this specific reference has this forest green dial on it. We'll give you a really good angle of it right here to try to let that pop. It's not going to be one of those bright greens that you're seeing on a lot of other references from other brands. This is more of like a darker forest green, but it looks really good in person. So I want to start talking about, the reason why we chose the Carrera to do this review. Tag Heuer is a brand that all of us have known for a long time. Might have even been a lot of our first watches. I know it was mine. In recent years, maybe not even just recent years, but I think maybe for a little while, I think Tag Heuer has kind of lost its identity. We saw that when the Connected came out, and even when they changed the classic Carrera look to this new skeletonized version. I don't think it played very well with the Tag Heuer market, or even just the watch market in general. So, it didn't take very long for Tag Heuer to pivot off that, and good for them. I mean, you can realize maybe when things are not popular in the market, and I'm sure someone's going to see this video that loved that old style, but you have to be honest with yourself. They moved to this for a reason. I think that they have executed this flawlessly. This one comes in a couple different variations. We have the steel bezel on this one. Some of them have a ceramic. So let's get into what this looks like on the wrist, because I know a lot of you guys watch these videos to take a look at what that is. So give me 1 second. I'm going to take off the Oris Aquas Pro Date. This is a watch that we're going to be doing a review on shortly. So if you want to see this, please like and subscribe to the channel. So I want to put this right over here. All right, so we are going to put this Tag Heuer Carrera on the wrist. As you see, we have double deployment clasp. Let's put it on. Now this is its factory length, so it is going to be a little bit wide. So I'm going to pinch it a little bit so you can see what it looks like on the wrist. As you can see, the bracelet very, very, very sharp. We have a mix between brushed finish and polished. So the polished is just this little inner link right here. Everything else on it is a brush finish. It has a pretty high setting on the wrist. So, if you're a guy that has a smaller wrist, maybe the 44 millimeter Carrera, not for you, but if you like the larger size, I mean, by all means, go for it. My wrist is a 7-inch wrist, and, to be honest, it does look big. I mean, it's 44 millimeters. I mean, I'm more used to 40 or 41. But it is comfortable to wear, and I've had it on for a little bit today just to get a good feel of it before I did the hands-on review. And I can say it's not too heavy. I mean, you can definitely feel that it's on your wrist, but it's not like some of these other gaudy large watches where it just feels like you're wearing an anvil. I mean, it is quite comfortable. It has a lot of wrist presence. The green definitely does pop on this watch. When I took a look at this, I had the option of bringing home the blue dial, blue bezel. And I almost wish I because, one of the reasons why I brought the green home was because the green dial, everyone is just so into right now. And Tag Heuer has done this flawlessly. But the more and more I think about it, the blue, I think, honestly, might be better. So if you are interested in something like that, I brought this home from Moyer Fine Jewelers. Go to their website, take a look at it. I know they got one of the blue ones in stock. But, even with the stainless steel bezel, green dial, this thing is amazing. It's something that unique. I don't think you're going to see it on a lot of wrists. It's got a really good finish on the dial, as you can see here. The indices just shine with light. I'm indoors right now, so you're not going to see sunlight on it, but I had it out today, and it's definitely a showstopper. I mean, if you are wanting some attention on your wrist, this watch is definitely going to bring it for you. So let's get into some of the specs on the watch. For the dial, we have the Super Luminova on the hands and the indices. And if you give me 1 second, I've had this in the light for enough that I think we're going to get a good shot of what it looks like in the dark. So give me 1 second while I turn the lights off. So as you can see, for being a sports watch, it should have good reading in low light settings, and this definitely does. I mean, obviously you can't see the chronograph features, but I don't think you'd be doing that at night anyways. But this is very luminescent. I haven't seen it in the dark for extended periods, so I don't know how well this lasts, but for the Aqua Racer that I did have, the lume lasted all night. So I would expect that the Carrera, which is at a higher price point, will have the same similar lasting effects. All right, give me 1 second while I get these lights back on so we can get some good light on this watch. All right, so let's get into some of the specs that I know you guys are looking for. Obviously, like I said, this is a 44 millimeter watch. It has a water resistance of 100 meters. We have a sapphire crystal on the top, and on the back we have a see-through sapphire case back. And this is what's going to get us into the movement on this watch, which it's one of the things that makes this special. And I'm so glad Tag Heuer did this. I mean, it probably should have came a couple years ago, and well, actually more than a couple years ago, but it's here. This is the Heuer O2 movement. It is beefy. It's got an 80-hour power reserve. It's a very accurate watch. It's not cost certified, but from my research and the feedback that I've gotten from the online communities and people that sell it is that this is a super accurate watch. So I have no worries that this wouldn't keep no worries that this wouldn't keep good time. Also, if this is going to be one of the flagship movements from Tag Heuer, you think that they do a good job with it. The clasp, like I said, it's a folding clasp. We have a brushed and polished finish on the bracelet. On the dial, it's got, I don't know if you're going to pick it up here. I think you might, hold on. Yeah, I think you might see it. We have a circular brushed finished dial. So as you can see, it's brushed in the circle. We have applied indices. For the movement, like I said, it's the Heuer O2 automatic 80-hour power reserve, 4 hertz, and then 33 joules. So, taking a look at this watch, it checks all the boxes for a sports watch. It checks all the boxes for a chronograph. You can get this at retail at $5,750. There are a lot of competitive watches at this price point. But if you're a fan of Tag Heuer, I know a lot of Tag Heuer buyers stay with the brand. They don't tend to venture out. Or if you're looking at getting a great chronograph that is definitely going to be wearable for a super long time, be reliable for you, give you a lot of wrist presence, this is going to be a great pickup for you. So in my opinion, would I buy this watch? I would buy this watch, but I would buy it with the ceramic bezel, most likely the black on black or the blue on blue. Another note I wanted to have in here for my opinion, and has the Carrera improved? And I totally think it has. Not so much in the quality of the manufacturing and the movement, because I think the skeletonized version had the Heuer in-house movement as well, but the design and Tag Heuer going more back to what they were before they started getting into the connected and the skeletonized Carreras, something that I don't even know if people were asking for. They just wanted to do it. I really think that this design hits home with a lot of the Tag Heuer community. And, from, like I said, I've talked to people that sell the watches. I've talked to, just fans of the brand overall. I think these are selling fairly well. So, I think Tag Heuer is on something here. And lastly, would I recommend it? Yes, I would totally recommend it. Like I said, someone that is into a sports watch, someone that wants some wrist presence, it might be their first luxury chronograph. or if it's someone that doesn't want to wait on the waiting list for some other chronos out there, but want to have a quality timepiece with a solid tachometer and everything that you would expect coming out of a sports watch. So I want to thank you guys for joining us on this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please like the video. It helps us get a larger reach, and subscribe to the channel. Both of those things really help us get more hands-on with watches like this. So again, I want to ask you one last time, if you like what we're doing, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.